Hey, Bridget, it's Jim.
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. I don't have the camera on because, believe it or not, I'm actually outside. And even though I'm in the shade, it bleaches everything out. So I don't
Oh,
know.
you're
But
fine.
anyway,
You're
I don't
fine.
have any urgent issues right now, but I just thought I'd come on just to see if I could learn off of anybody else's questions.
All right. Well, Friday is a good day to do that. So I actually just went live, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Hopefully everyone joins us. But I am Bridget Bartlett. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist for Builderall. Today is Friday Q&A day. So Jim is already here. Mark is here. Yay. So you guys drive the content. You tell me what you need help with. That is what the Friday Q&A is for. So while I'm waiting for some people to hop in and some questions, I want to share my screen because when we go live in the oh, he's my mute. When we go live in the Zoom, I don't have my intro video, so I want to make sure that you guys know how to access the Zoom link. So let me share my screen here. First of all, what you want to do is wherever you're watching, click the link in the description and you'll be able to access our e-learning. If you are not in my local business group, you will need to log in. You can actually, let me just show you what that looks like here. You can click the link and you will come to this page here. If you do not have a Builderall account, you can create a free one here. If you're already a member, you don't have to be sponsored by me, but you can log in with your Builderall credentials here, okay? So once you get in, you're gonna get access to the e-learning, and here I am in the actual homepage of the e-learning, and you can click here to get the Zoom link. So just so that you guys know, how to access that. Of course, if you want to receive a text every time I go live, you can text the word live to 1-317-623-4596. You can actually just click this button here to do that. You can also access any of the Builderall groups here. You can subscribe to the Builderall YouTube channel there. We upload new tutorials very, very often. And we also have the Mag 5 challenges here. So if you click this button, you'll actually get access to all of the Mag 5 challenges. We have a new one coming up at the end of this month, and it will be about membership areas. So lots of things you can do with membership areas, but you can access all the previous trainings here. Just so you guys know where you can find that. If you do not want to, I see Mia is on the broadcast page. If you don't want to join the Zoom meeting, that's okay. You don't have to. You can just join us here in the broadcast page and I will answer your questions. But you can also do like Jim does. You don't have to share your camera. Just hop in the Zoom and then you can tell me. So today, this week, what we've been working on is basically live streaming. Monday, we created a site bot, which is not relevant to live streaming, but you could integrate it in some way. You can also check out how I live stream here, all the tools that I use, and basically I'll show you my whole setup of, what I use to go live stream. And then I actually showed you how to create a magic funnel to share this training with other people so you can earn commission. So definitely check that out. And then I also showed you yesterday how to create your own webinar broadcast page. So those are all the replays for this week. They won't always be, all in the miscellaneous area, but unless we're doing some kind of a series, they're probably going to be in this miscellaneous. But I also keep the replay here to make it easier for you guys to find until the day that I'm doing the new training. So, hi, Mia. Welcome to our training. I'm going to stop sharing and make sure that I don't need to let anybody else in. Let me check the chat here. So Mark says hello, hello. Um, okay, so if I don't have any questions, then I actually wanted to share something with you guys today. First of all, the reason that we are doing this on today instead of tomorrow is because, as you guys know, my aunt passed away last week, so we're actually doing her funeral tomorrow. So what's really cool about being, in digital marketing is that I actually spent this week creating a super cool memorial video that I'm able to gift my family. It's one of those things that's like, because you have the skills, it's not that big of a deal, but it is so impactful when you have the ability and the tools to create something like that. During this time, it's like lots of people are like, what can I do? What can I do? And there's always something I can do, right? Because I know how to create super cool things. So that is another benefit of digital marketing. But so anyway, the funeral's tomorrow, and I appreciate all the prayers and well wishes for my family. But that's why we're doing the Q&A today. I definitely did not want you to miss out on having the ability to ask me questions so that you can get unstuck. So Jim says, can people with free accounts access the challenges and all the training in the knowledge base? If so, what are the limitations of the free accounts? You, as a free Builderall member, you absolutely can access all of the training. There's no training upsells here with Builderall, and that is one of the things that really makes us stand out among many of the other, I don't like to say competitors, because really we have no competition. There's no other platform like Builderall. So I can't say competitors, but there are no other tools that provide this level of training for free. Usually what they do is they, get you in, oh, look at this free training. And really it's a webinar to look at the tools. And then you have to sign up. And then maybe they want to sell you like a masterclass. It's $1,000 and all of that. But with Builderall, all of this training is free. Right? So we just have amazing tools, and we have the free training to help you not only learn the tools, but learn the strategies behind the tools, depending on what your niche is. Okay. So just for those of you who don't know, we have the Mag 5. I am one of the Mag 5. My niche is local business. So if you're interested in signing up for Builderall, definitely click the link in the description, or you can just go in the e-learning and click plans or log in, however you want to do it, and then become a member. So, and also if you want to learn the tools to sell physical products, we have Jackie DeClerc, who's the physical product specialist, network marketing with Gene Hackus, information products like ebooks or e-learning courses, that's Keklin. And then of course, product launch is Terry Stevenson. So we really run the gamut of training here. But Jim wants to know the limitations for the free plan. So let me share my screen here, because rather than just tell you the answer, I like to show you how you can find the answer there. Okay, so I'm going to go to free. I'm going to the knowledge base. I'm just going to search free, and let's look at free website plan. Okay, so this is actually what you get with a free account. You get 0 domains. Okay, so if you want to, connect your website to a domain name, which you really will need to do eventually. But the reason that I love this tool is because, especially since I work for Builderall, but I'm also an affiliate, I love the free plan, because sometimes it's hard. I'm not a salesy person. I just love to show people the value. And so I feel like if I say, hey, check out this free platform where you get 40 plus tools and all this free training, to me, as a consumer, I would think, what's the catch? Whatever, I'm sure they're going to upsell me on something. So that's why I really love the free plan, because I don't like to be a salesy person. I just want to offer my free training. I do free training Monday through Friday. You also get the Mag 5 training, all of us, and the challenges and all of that. So all that's free with a free Builderall account. Now, as we help your business grow, as you become successful by taking action with all of the things that we're providing for you, as an affiliate, we earn commission if you upgrade your plan. Okay, so there's no catch at all. You're not eventually going to, be asked to pay $1,000 a month or whatever. We are just providing all of this value because we know that we have what it takes for you to be successful, and we have all the resources and tools. So eventually you will get the website built, you will be ready to launch your business, and you will need a domain. And then at that point, when you're ready, you can upgrade. So I love that. We also have 500 megabytes of video storage that you can use. I guess it says 200 megabyte video limit. Okay, so each video can only be up to 200 megabytes for and then up to a 500 megabyte limit. Okay, so I hope that made sense. So you also get unlimited subscribers with Builderall ads, though. I mean, you will get unlimited subscribers to Mailing Boss, which is the email autoresponder. So if you want to learn how to build your website for free, you want to start building your list for free, you can do all of that with Builderall. But know that if you're using the autoresponder, it will have Builderall ads on it. I mean, it's free. You know, Builderall should get something for all of the free stuff you're getting. So, you know, that's the part of that. Also, you are limited to 2,000 visits per month. I think that's on your website, and ads in all the apps. So if you create a mobile app or something like that, you will have ads on that. But you do get access to all of these tools here. So you can use any, I mean, there's so many tools. It's like there's no reason that you would never want to have a free account, right? But there are limitations, like I said. So if you are interested, all you have to do is you can go up to the top here of our e-learning, and then just click plans, and then you can check out all of the tools here. If you do not have a free plan yet, you do have to click the link in the description to create a free plan. If you are in my membership group, you can actually, if you're in my local business group, you're going to just have to go to builderall.com. I don't think you can get a free plan, actually, because we're not advertising that. You have to access that through an affiliate. So anyway, those are the things about that. If you want to learn how to just promote this training and sign someone up as an affiliate, or not sign them up as an affiliate, but if you are an affiliate and you want to learn to sign them up by sharing the training, that's what I was talking about here, where I show you how to create a magic funnel, which is how you get the free account, and then you can actually send them directly to my training. So I don't do selling. I hate that word. I don't do the selling for you, but Builderall sells itself because of the extreme amount of value that we have here. Okay. So that hopefully answered that question. Jim says that really is fantastic. It really is. You know, sometimes I worry that the free plan is, it kind of affects the value perception. You know, I feel like people are so skeptical anyway. When you say free, it's like automatically we're like, what's the catch? You know, it's not really free. So I love to promote the, you know, when I'm actually promoting Builderall, I love to promote the premium plan, because I want people who appreciate the value that we provide, who understand the value that we provide, and who are serious about their business. You know, like when you sign up for something on the free plan, you know, there's no skin in the game. You're like, oh, whatever. A lot of people, if you sign them up for the free plan, they don't even ever log into their Builderall account. So that's the thing about that. But if you use the free plan in a way that, hey, I'm providing you training, then like here's the training, and then here's the, like, you're leading with the training, then that, I feel like that's a good combination. But again, I don't have the numbers on that. It's just something that I'm doing because I do stream live everywhere, and I do love to make sure that everyone, whether you're on my team or anyone else's team, that everyone has the ability to receive the training and the value. So if nobody has any more questions, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show you this. I wanted to share with you my agency website expectations brochure. I don't usually like share things in the Friday Q&A. Typically like new things, because I definitely want you guys to feel like you can, you know, ask me any question. I don't want to be knee deep into a tutorial, but if the questions aren't flowing, then I definitely want to go ahead and use this time, since you showed up here to watch the training, or you're watching the replay. I want to definitely appreciate your time as well and give you some value here. So let me go ahead. I'm going to share my screen. And let's see here, share. And hopefully you can see this right here. So let me know. Hopefully you guys can see this. If you can't, please interrupt me and let me know, because I'm not actually, let me stop sharing actually, and then bring this up. So, okay, so now I know you can see it. All right. So here is what I use for my agency for the website creation management. Now, this I told you guys since I started working with Builderall, I just don't have time to take on new clients. And this was created for WordPress. Okay, so I will let you guys have this document because I always let you have everything that I do. But I am actually working on recreating this for Cheetah. Okay, so first of all, when you're what this is, okay, just to let you know, this is basically every step that you need to take. This took me, I can't even tell you. This document alone is going to save you months and months and thousands of dollars of headaches and time and stress and back and forth conversations with clients. This is just really, you guys are going to love this. Okay. So website creation, how do you manage it as an agency? Okay. You need to have very, very, very clear expectations for yourself and for the client. They need to know exactly every single step of what to create, especially if they have paid you thousands of dollars for a website. And then if you don't contact them for 3 weeks, they may be like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And also, if you're asking for documentation and you're saying, hey, we're going to have this, your first mock-up ready, and like this says 15 days, but you already requested the images and it took 7 days to get back to you, and then they sent you in 5 emails all of the different images, that is not acceptable. That's not good for you as the agency, whether you are outsourcing it, especially if you're outsourcing it, or if you're managing the project on your own. There needs to be very specific guidelines and expectations put in place when you are creating a website for a client. Okay, so I want to explain to you what I mean here, and I'm also going to go into what is included in website hosting, so you want to be very, very clear with that as well, what the expectations are. All right. So I'm going to go through this document with you. You guys feel free to stop me and ask questions anytime you have them. So day 2, okay, you see this is very clear and laid out for you. We have day 2, 2 business days. The website team will send you an email confirming receipt of your order. Okay, so within 2 business days, they should be receiving a receipt. Okay, so 3 to 5 business days, the client will receive their initial consultation call. Okay, so it says our website team will conduct an initial consultation call with the customer to gather additional information if needed to complete the setup. So we're going to discuss the color scheme and logo, domain name preferences if they don't have one, go over sample websites that we would recommend, review your provided marketing materials, so like a brochure, print ads, and so on. The homepage layout requirements, tabs, pages, features, images, and graphic ideas. So basically that initial consultation call is going to be just getting the skeleton of the website. You want to make sure that you're both on the same page, whether it's you, the agency, so that you can relay it to the designer. I would actually recommend, if you have a designer that you're working with, that you record the meeting and send that to them. But you want to make sure that if you've never worked with this designer before, that you agree on what the terms are, what information are they going to need to make sure that they stay within your website creation expectations as well. So it needs to be you and the designer and the client all on the same page as to what is expected. Okay, that's very, very important, because as an agency owner, You need to make sure that the web designer that you hired is going to stick with the same guidelines that you have told your client, because that if it's not done correctly and if it's not done on time, that client looks to you for the resolution, and it makes your business look good or bad. So you need to be the manager of this situation and make sure that everyone is clear what the expectations are. So within 15 business days, you're going to receive the first mock-up. The client will receive the first mock-up. Okay, so this says, based on the information provided during the consultation call, our developers will design a template, which is a first mock, which includes your chosen color scheme, logo, and images, and send it for approval. So if any changes are needed, one round of revisions can be submitted by replying to the email. Okay, that is so important. That is like, I mean, that should honestly be in bold text. Okay, and it does say, note, one revision included. The client will be required to outline all of the requested changes in one email. Okay, that is so, so important, because the last thing that you want is multiple emails to be sent to you. And then they say, well, I told you in that email that I sent you that this needed done. And now, especially you as the agency, you're trying to relay this information to your web designer in multiple emails and just hope that they received them and hope that they, you know, that they acknowledge, like, oh, I know this was the 4th email. You want to be very clear. You're the manager of this project. So you need to make sure that, like I said, everybody is on the same page. All right. So within 15 to 25 business days, the client is going to receive the second mock-up. Okay, so once they receive the first mock-up in one single email, they're going to say, I want this, these colors changed. I want this text change. I want these images changed. It's going to be a one email. Okay, and you need to stick to that. And make sure that they are aware, like, we need one email. You know, you don't have to be like a, you know, a dictator about it, but you definitely need to stress to them in the nicest way possible that it's so, so important for the quality of their website to make sure that you know, everything is in one email. Okay, so 15 to 25 business days, we're going to provide the client for the second mock-up. Okay, so we've made all of the requested changes in the first mock-up. And it says, once that mockup is approved, we'll build out and populate it with the industry specific content. Okay. And so we'll provide also industry specific images if none are supplied, and send the second mockup for approval. If any revisions are needed, one round of revisions can be submitted by replying to the email. And it says, note, one revision included. The client will be required to outline all requested changes in one email. Okay. So again, it's just enforcing that you need to have one email with all of the changes in one place. Now, I definitely think, as a business owner and as an agency owner, I understand that when I am working my business, I get hundreds of emails and I'm just blowing through them. And maybe I looked at the mock-up and I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine. And then, you know, I send an email like, oh, can we change that image? I wasn't really paying attention. And then I got, you know, 5 other calls from customers. And then, you know, I come back to the website and I'm like, oh, I wanted this changed too. That's terrible. This really has to be changed. So when you enforce that you must do this all in one email, when they get that email, because you have set those expectations, when they get that email, they're going to maybe star it or put it to the side until they have a minute. And then they know, okay, all of the changes here, I need to make sure that I'm thorough in this email to make sure that I get all of those changes. Okay. So it's just, again, setting the expectations. So also within 15 to 25 business days, so we're going to do the site publication, right? So after the deliverables have been submitted, we'll complete the look and feel of the site with site optimization tasks, all right? So you're now live and on the internet, and it says you'll receive a confirmation with a link to your website, as well as the contact information for your local digital team and developers. Contact them when changes or updates are required. So if we are the ones managing it, which we should be, right? We built it. Why wouldn't we be managing it? But they definitely, once the site goes live, they need to know, hey, your website is live. Everything has been optimized. All of the loose ends have been tied up and you are good and ready to go. But if you have any problems, here is who you need to contact. So you need to be very clear about that. You don't want any gray area. Okay. You want to make sure that the terms are so clear and then you are easy to contact, because if they have to go through a bunch of, research to figure out where your number is, that's the wrong thing. Okay. So it says notes down here, the production timeline will be adjusted when additional pages, products, or custom billable hours are added to an order. We need to directly contact the business owner via email and phone to ensure we deliver on the set timeline. And timelines may vary based on client responsiveness. Timeline is considered paused while waiting on the customer response. So again, that's another important part of this. If you say, if you send the first mock-up and it takes them, a month to get back with you with the revisions, you're not falling within this same timeline. Okay. So if it takes the client a month to get back with us for, changes, then how are we going to move on to the second mock? So that's really important to stress that to them, that, we send that email, we need you to respond promptly, because if you don't, your website creation will be prolonged. Okay. So let me stop there. Make sure you guys don't have any questions. Make sure that no one needs to be let in. Okay, all good? Okay, let's go back then. Okay, so next we're talking about the basically the expectations, or the available packages. Okay, so when we say this is for the website maintenance and management. Okay, so this is the available website packages. So for a landing page, it says additional required products, website maintenance, a minimum of 12-month commitment. Okay, so you can require this with all of your websites. You can say, if I create a landing page for you, I need you to purchase 12-month commitment to our website hosting. Okay, I would definitely recommend that. You're the one who built it. It's easier for you. Plus, it's continued business. So it's a way of saying, yeah, I'm going to do this website for you, but I do require 12-month commitment. Now, I don't do contracts. What I do is actually I make them store their card on file, and then I just auto bill them every month. And then when they want to cancel, they can cancel. Okay, but it's totally up to you. You might have a totally different business structure or reason for doing that. So this landing page, just so that they understand what the package options are. This is important because they need to see in written form, they need to see what a landing page is. What is a basic 3-page website? This will also, when you set these expectations, this will also decrease what we call scope creep, which is like, if someone creates a land, they say, yeah, I just need a landing page. But also, could you create a contact us page and an about us page? So that definitely, that scope creep, that is not in the very specific guidelines of what a landing page is. So it says, if you want a landing page, here's our package. And it's also, again, it's good for them to see, instead of saying, well, what kind of website do you want? And then they're all over the place because they don't really know, right? So it's your job as the agency to tell them. So it says a landing page includes a 1-page landing page. This says powered by WordPress, which, with Builderall, we have WordPress. So it's totally up to you how you want to handle that. That best represents their business, products, or services. And it says 1 template page, no navigation, up to 8 images and 400 words of content, up to 5 contact form fields, contact information, a call to action. Monthly fees includes hosting, 1 text-based change to existing content, 1 image change per month to existing images. And for a landing page, e-commerce is not available. Okay, so you see that is so clear. If they, if this is your managed solution, your hosting solution, and they call you and they need 2 text changes, you have in written written form right here that it was going to be additional if they want to have more than this. That is not included in your services. Okay, so again, that prevents the scope creep. So let me get a drink of water because talking makes me thirsty. Okay, so for a basic 3-page website, it says, again, additional required products, 12-month of hosting. It says that a 3-page website includes a WordPress responsive website with primary navigation that includes 3 pages of your client's choosing. We'll work with your client to customize the colors, photos, logos, and other artwork on their website. And it says template must be chosen from, so definitely have a website there that you have some samples they can choose from. You can also say, let's see, the search engine friendly website is included, the optional blog, up to 15 photos, image uploads included, additional images will be charged at a per product rate, monthly fees included, hosting, unlimited text changes to existing content, and up to 15 image changes per month to existing images. And with a 3-page website, e-commerce is unavailable. Okay. The reason that e-commerce is unavailable is because it's just a lot of work and it's not really going to be possible on just a landing page or a basic 3-page website. For those, you really need to just have like maybe a home page, an about us page, and then maybe services or something. 3 pages is really not enough to have a very, very good website, especially if you're adding e-com. So with a standard 5-page website, again, it just says additional required products is the hosting. It says it includes a responsive website with primary navigation, includes 5 pages of your client's choosing. We'll work with your client to customize the colors, photos, logos, and other artwork on their project or on their website. Search engine friendly website, optimal blog, entries not included, up to 15 photos. Images, image uploads included, monthly fee includes unlimited text changes, up to 25 images, product changes per month to existing products and images. And again, it says e-commerce not available. So let me see here. It looks like I have a question in the chat. And it says, we build our website in Cheetah. How is it different from WordPress? Can we use WordPress plugins on Builderall? Hope you understand my confusion. Let me stop sharing here. So there's, when I say that there's no difference in what we're doing here, what I'm showing you with this form, there's no difference. There is a difference, obviously, in the builder because WordPress is not beginner friendly. WordPress is a great website builder, but you really have to have themes. You have to have theme builders. There are a lot of WordPress plugins. And what I hate about WordPress, besides everything, is it is just not, you really have to be a good web designer and have experience. You can't be beginner friendly and use WordPress. I tried to do that, and I always say that after 4 months of struggling and watching videos, I didn't even know that they had theme builders and all of that. So 4 months, I created the world's ugliest, inefficient WordPress website on the planet. And so here's the problem also with WordPress is that those plugins, you can have a WordPress website on Builderall. You can transfer a current website on Builderall, and I actually have training in my e-learning to show you how to do that. I think the video is like 11 minutes. That's how fast it is. So you can do all of that. You can do everything that you can do in WordPress, you can do in Builderall, even using the WordPress hosting, right? But the Cheetah builder is like, if you guys have ever built on WordPress and you have used like Elementor or the Divi builder, that's basically what the Cheetah builder looks like, okay? Cheetah is actually faster than WordPress also. So if you're talking about like load speed and all of that stuff, definitely Cheetah is going to be the better option. Cheetah's easier. I will never, ever do a WordPress website for a client ever again, because I just love that I can integrate all of the Builderall tools into the Cheetah Builder with no effort whatsoever. But you can integrate Mailing Boss with our WordPress hosting and builder and all of that. Also with the 5.0 launch, the basically the theme builder that we have for Cheetah is going to also be available for WordPress. So if you are a WordPress fan, lots of options in Builderall for that. But for me, I don't want clients with websites on Cheetah. I will always try to talk them into using Cheetah because it's easier for me as the agency owner, but it's also easier for me just as someone who's doing web hosting. Like if I, I like Cheetah better. I mean, really, it's your choice. And again, that's what I love about Builderall, is that if you love WordPress, we have everything that you need. If you love Cheetah, we have everything that you need, right? If you are a beginner, use Cheetah. If you are very experienced and familiar with WordPress, use WordPress. It's totally up to you. If you have one client who demands a WordPress for whatever reason, build it on WordPress. If you have, the client doesn't care, which most of them don't care at all, then yes, definitely use Builderall because it's easier and all of that. So to answer your question, which it wasn't confusing, it was actually a really common question. I prefer Cheetah. So since I am recreating this form, then I'm definitely changing everything to Cheetah. I do not want any WordPress clients at all. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to sharing here, share my screen. Okay, so that's what's included with the landing page, basic 3-page website, and then the standard 5-page website. But the 10-page websites, that's where you're going to really make your most money. This is where you're building out the e-commerce. It's 10 pages. You're saying specifically here, that they can add a blog, which that's important when you're saying, especially someone, if they are interested in having a 10-page website with e-commerce, they are definitely serious about their business. Okay, so now we're talking about like thousands of dollars in a website. So again, the beautiful thing is we have the ability to create all of these things, but it says specifically that it includes a responsive website with primary navigation, includes 10 pages of your client's choosing. We'll work with your client to customize the colors, photos, logos, and other artwork on the website. E-commerce is available. So search engine friendly website, optional blog, up to 25 photos, up to 25 product uploads. So this is saying, we're only going to upload 25 products. So if they have a much bigger store, again, we're being very, very clear. We're not saying we will create an e-commerce store. We are saying for this package, we will include 25 products. So when I give you the price for an advance, and you could actually automate this. So since you're being very specific about what is in a landing page and a basic 3-page website, you could actually automate this whole sign up process by building the checkout and saying, order a landing page. Here's what's included. Order a 3-page website. Here's what's included. So then this goes back to, you want to put the expectations here. Okay, what can they expect if they go ahead and order? Maybe they've never even talked to you before, but they just want to order a website, right? I mean, it's very clear here what they're going to be getting. Okay, so then when you send them the invoice, or maybe an individualized super checkout item for Bob the plumber and his website, when you send the invoice for what the website's going to be and what the reoccurring hosting and all of that stuff, you can be very specific, and they are already aware because that's what they ordered. Okay, so I definitely I definitely recommend automating as many of these things as possible. And then here it's saying, if you want something outside of our criteria here that we have explained, additional pages. So it says required products. Obviously, we need website creation, website maintenance and management. And then it says there's no limit to the number of pages your client can add to the website. Each additional page comes at an additional cost per page. Please note the product time will be adjusted based on the number of additional pages. So again, that's just a way to make sure that all expectations from everyone involved in this process is very, very clear. It also says additional pages and product images, or additional products and images, and it states, the criteria for that. And then it also says hourly charge. Any functionality of the site that exceeds what is offered through our website creation package is scoped out and charged per hour. So here is another basically upsell opportunity, or just another clarification to say, look, we're more than happy if you have something outside of this work scope, we're more than happy to obligate that, but it will be an additional charge as stated very clearly in our website expectations. Okay. So now website creation. Okay, so what are the client's expectations? Again, this is very clear. I would make to them what the expectations are. So provide images and text content as requested. Provide sample websites, so likes or dislikes, other design direction during the consultation call. So I like to have them, I like to know before we have this consultation, I want them to know that these things are going to be required for the consultation. So I need them to gather up the images, think about the text that they want. I need them to do some research on their own and let me know what websites do they like and what kind of give me a visual idea of what they are envisioning, like I want to see what's in their mind, because, you may think that what is great for you would not be great for them. So you definitely want to have like 3 options or 3 websites that they love that you could, replicate and make their own, of course. And then also ones that they don't like. And if they come to this consultation and they haven't done this, you could just simply, okay, let's search out your competition. Do you like this one? Do you like that one? Da, 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 da. But I definitely want to encourage them to do this ahead of time before the consultation. So we expect the client to communicate efficiently with us to keep the project on track to meet and set the deadlines. But remember, you are the project manager of this website creation. So you need to make sure that you are following up and you are managing this product or this project. So what is included in the required monthly fee? So this is your hosting, okay? So again, you need to make this very, very clear. We had in the brochure that we just went over all of the expectations for each individual website, but it says here, monthly charges include hosting and maintenance of a landing page, and then, it says the 1 text change, and then it goes through the 9 pages, and then hosting, it says includes daily backups and built-in reporting. Builderall actually does the backups for us, and we have a website overview that actually will do. You could literally just do a screenshot of that and send it to them if they're interested in knowing how much traffic they're getting, or you could check out the CRM as well. And then it says maintenance of website 10 pages or higher. That's okay. This is what I love about Builderall. Okay, where with WordPress, all of the plugins, they're constantly updating. Sometimes they're breaking, depends on the plugin that you're using. It's really just a pain. It's not as user-friendly as Builderall is, where they just maintain all of that for you. And all you really have to do is just make the changes if they require them. But I will tell you, there's only been a handful of times I've ever had a client request a change. And really, it was only because of coronavirus. They wanted to put no contact deliveries on their website. So honestly, you're going to be receiving this money. If you host it on Builderall, you're going to be receiving website hosting probably without doing anything. Okay, so that's a little secret for for us agencies, that we really, I mean, obviously, if something happens, you're responsible for it. So it's almost like a retainer, like, hey, just I'm going to pay you $50 a month to just stand by in case something happens to my website. That's basically what website hosting is. Okay, and then of course it says here, any additional images and products will and changes beyond that include an additional charge. Monthly charge does not include maintaining or integrating emails. Okay, so again, it's just more clarity. What's the turnaround time for monthly changes? If they do suggest a text change, how long do they need in advance to tell you? You know, I've had clients say on Friday afternoon, hey, can you change on my website to have my Memorial Day hours updated, or say that I'm closed on Memorial Day? Well, if Memorial Day is on Monday, you know, I could technically say, well, actually, and here's actually how I would approach it. I would say, well, as stated in our website creation, we really need to have a turnaround time of 5 business days for images and text changes. And maybe I'll screenshot or attach this to them. But I will say I will definitely do my best to get those changes made. And now in their eyes, I am making clear again the expectations. But if this is the first time they've done this, I can use this opportunity to over deliver and to help my client, because in reality, we're talking about business owners. And as a business owner myself, my heart bleeds for them. I just want to help them in whatever way. I've seen many business owners just break down crying, just overwhelmed. They've spent their life savings. They never see their family. You know, they're stressed out, and their employee quits, and there's so many things. So it's like, I feel like if I can help them and it's not too inconvenient for me, why not help them? And then now they're like, oh, you know, I'm so glad. I realize it's not in the I know that it's, you know, breaking the expectations, but thank you so much for helping me with that. Because it could be that they're not trying to be taking advantage of you. They just got really busy the night before and they didn't have the chance to email you. Okay, so that's my stance on that. Let's see. Can we use an already existing domain? And it says one of our experts will walk you through the process of redirecting your existing domain name to the new website. Okay. So the cool thing about Builderall too is that we have training videos. So what I like to do is send them a training video and tell them, you know, if they're just like an affiliate or something like that, or if it's my own agency and I want to brand my own agency, I'm going to create a video to show them how to redirect their, you know, if it's GoDaddy, maybe I want to create a GoDaddy video. Here's how you direct or change the name change the name servers for GoDaddy to point to Builderall, or here's how you, or point to us, right? I wouldn't have to say Builderall. I would just say these name servers. Or if they're on Bluehost, maybe I want a specific video to say, here's how you change the name on Bluehost. And these are all things that you need time to build up. You know, if I get a client today and I don't have that video, but they're on Bluehost, then I want to make a video, you know, not say, hey, Bob, here's how you do this, but I want to say, hi, I'm Bridget with Vision Marketing and Design, and I'm going to walk you through the simple steps that you need to change your name servers to point to my agency, right? And then I'm just going to show them very quickly how they can do that. And I would keep that so simple, like 5 minutes. Okay, these are business owners. They really aren't techie. They don't want to deal with any of this like half-hour conversation or watching a video, right? So now once you've created that, now every time you have a client who has Bluehost, then now you have the video, right? So I definitely recommend creating that video. Let's see, do you provide stock images? We can provide stock images when requested. However, we recommend using professional images of the business, products, and service to create a more personalized website. That's absolutely true. They should definitely use that. However, it's not always possible. And a lot of like new clients, they're like, I just discovered I needed a website. You know, I've been using Facebook this whole time. So they may not have images. Don't let that stop you. It's also, it's a great opportunity for them to see, you know, launch that website. And then maybe as their business grows, then they're like, okay, I need to add these services, or can we swap this image image out. And now that's when your website maintenance comes into play, but also it's an upsell opportunity. So don't be afraid of using stock images for sure. So it says the bottom here for e-commerce sites, what's included in each of the product items on each product page. We include these items on each product page if details are provided by the client. Okay, so again, it's saying if the client provides this information, we're not going to research this product. We're not going to, decide what are the benefits and features. We're not coming up with all of this stuff, right? If you, as the client, if you want this information, we're saying that we need you to provide that for us. Doing the research and all of this is not part of what we are creating for you. And again, I mean, that'll save you, just making that so clear, that'll save you tons of headaches and time and, potentially a negative client experience. If they think that you're providing all of this and you're waiting on them to provide it, then definitely you can't just re-quote a half-done website and say, oh, no, sorry, you didn't know. I need that information from you. Or now you're spending an additional week on this website because you told you didn't make it clear and you don't want to upset the client. So now you're just taking that on yourself and now you have to come up with all this information. Don't do that to yourself. So it says very clear here. If the client provides it, we'll provide one product image, the product name, the SKU number, product description, features, specifications, up to 100 words. So it's even limiting the words. Flat price for shipping. Tax per item. So again, those are all important things. So client responsibilities. Let me move this out of the way because I can't see. Okay, so it says client responsibilities. Populated spreadsheet of the above product details and images. So obviously you need to maybe give them a spreadsheet or just make it very clear what you are needing from them. I would actually create a spreadsheet and then I would put a column that says product image, a column that says product name. And I would tell them, hey, here, I need you to fill this out so that we can build your e-com store. So it says if more functions are required, our team will need a detailed list of their requested features. Any additional hours due to added functions features will be charged at a per hour rate as needed. So again, the clarity is what you need when you are creating a website. Okay, so I have just given you so much information. So you guys let me know. See, we have some new people in here. So definitely let me know if you have any questions. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm actually going to share this with you so that you can use it. And just to let you know, I am changing this. So I'm going to give you viewer permission. So you'll have to make a copy of it. Okay, so you can't edit or any of that. I will put it, it looks like Suchina says, please enable chat. It is enabled already. And Nicole says, I was just going to ask if you would share the document. Of course, I would never, ever. I love to give you guys things that I suggest to you. Here, let me paste this in the chat. So I've pasted it. Let me share my screen here. So I have pasted it right here. So like I said, when you guys open it up, just make a copy and then you'll be able to do whatever you want to it. Let me stop sharing here because I'm also going to share it in the Zoom chat so that you guys can have it. Okay. All right. So do you guys have any other questions for me? Any burning questions? I know that was a lot of information. I just kind of sped through, but I think it's that document. I just, it's why I wanted to give it to you, and actually why I'm recreating it now for Cheetah, because it takes so much trial and error to learn the information that's in that document. The stress, the scope creep, the and here's what I do. If I make a mistake as a business owner, I'm like, okay, sorry that I didn't bring that up, that was going to be additional, that I need to look up all that stuff. Yeah, we'll take care of it. And then now I am working a week for free because I had to research all this stuff that I really shouldn't have had to in the beginning. But because I wasn't clear with the expectations, I just caused myself a week worth of extra work because I don't want to have a bad reputation for my business or potentially lose this client. So it's a balancing thing. So I really, really wanted to share that with you guys. All right. So if you don't have any, oh, it looks like Edison's popping in. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, Bridget.
I think everyone's
I,
camera shy today, except for you.
yeah. It's nice being on your live. I usually don't get the opportunity to be here because of work,
Yeah.
and it so happens that today I'm not at work. So I said, look, let me grab the opportunity to be here.
Yay.
Um,
Well, welcome.
yeah, most of the time I have to, look at the videos after you've posted them. Okay, I am very, very happy that you have done this document. I think it's fantastic because I've been thinking, how do I map out all these steps if you're thinking about a client, how do you approach them? And you have done all the heavy lifting as far as I'm concerned with this document. This is really fantastic. And it's a surprise to me because, today was supposed to be Q&A. And so maybe the Lord led you to put this on. This helps me a great deal because um, I am trying to get myself into starting to build websites. In fact, I got some comments from you. I don't know if you recall, you made some comments on my first website that I did recently. And so I'm using that. I'm actually doing it for a client. And it's somebody I know well. So it's like a free thing I'm doing to get some social proof. And so I was, I'm taking my experience there because there's a lot of revisions back and forth. And, everybody, one of the things that I've discovered doing this is that some of these clients, they act like if they know all about building websites and they want to tell you what is to be done. And no, I don't mind, that they're saying what they want to get done. But, when you come across like an expert, and with this particular person, I almost said to the person, since you know so much, why do you need me? Why don't you do it yourself? But I said, you know what, I'm going to learn from this and I'm not going to let it, throw me off. But I said, in learning, I need to know the very things that I should not do. So when you talk about scope creep, constantly changing information, no, put this here, move this there. Oh my God, it can have you, take you all over the place. So I'm glad for this document and I'm going to look at it and try to structure my approach to doing this so that we have no surprises and everybody's on the same page. I
Yeah. And
really, really, truly appreciate what you have done.
yeah, it's totally my pleasure. And
Yeah.
I my whole goal being in this position is I want to save you guys the headaches and everything that I had to really struggle and work through. And I also I signed up with a white label agency. Albert knows we talked about this, and it was a huge waste of money and time. But there are a lot of things that I learned along the way. And you're exactly right, especially when you first get started. The scope creep and the revisions and also, if you don't have a document like that to where it sets very clear the expectations for them and you, they might not be unreasonable with their request, but they don't know what it's like to be in your position. They just know like, oh, I have this idea, or they, like you said, they think they know everything, but really they don't know. They just know enough to like make their life hard, you know?
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
so having the expectations very, very clear, it saves everyone the trouble. And especially if you're providing a great service, let's say that Edison, that your client is like, well, I sent you all of the emails for everything that I need. I don't understand what the problem is. But one email you never got. It's not your fault that you didn't
Yeah.
get it. But they sent you so many emails that you just didn't see it, or maybe it just whatever happened. And now they're like, oh, hey, Susie hairdresser, don't ever hire Edison. I had
Yeah.
him, and so it's like now, even though you didn't do anything wrong, just making the expectations very clear will also protect your reputation.
You
So
know,
it's so important.
when you spoke about the emails, I laughed. You know why? Because I
Why?
was wondering if you knew that was my experience. I had to tell the person, I said, why are you sending me all of these emails? And I have to go through all the emails, copy the instructions, put it on a Word document or something. I said, just give me everything in one email. I don't have the time to be searching and grouping your emails. That's giving me extra work that I don't need. So when you spoke about it, I'm like, wow, this is so true because that was my experience.
Yeah,
And
I feel like when I read that document, it's like you can feel the pain. Like
yeah,
all the criteria, it's like that had to be written for a reason. So
yep,
it's
yep,
like, yeah, that's
definitely.
a
But
lot of experience.
I have a question, and the question is this. You mentioned that you want the client. In fact, you spoke a little bit about it, but I need some more clarity. When you mentioned that um, you want to get your client to give you like mirrored sites that this is a site that I've seen that I want you to build it like that. But how do you approach when you have a client who doesn't know much? They would say to you, just build me a site. I just need a site. How do you approach that one? Instead of someone who knows what they want and they can provide you with the information.
I think even when I have a client who says they know what they want, they really don't know what they want. So I approach every one of them like they really don't know anything. Not in a condescending way, but just in the same way. So if I have a client who says, I know exactly what I want and I have it ready to go. And then I don't know what I want. Whether I have either one of those clients, I'm still going to approach it the same way. I'm still going to say, hey, before our first meeting, go ahead and find 3 websites that you have in mind that are
Mhm.
interesting to you, like that you would like to kind of mimic that design. And then maybe find me 3 websites that you just absolutely hate and you want to make sure that I don't create a website like that. So I'm going to request that. And that's just going to be standard emails that get sent to them as soon as they book an appointment or however I have it set up before our meeting. Have this information ready to go. If they get to the consultation and they don't have that, then I'm going to spend the consultation. We're going to search through the internet. I'm going to share my screen. Do you like this one? Do you not like this one? What do you like about this one? What do you not like about that one? And I want to keep those websites as an example to send to my developers so that they know, in addition to the recording, because it's all, you can never have too much information. So in addition to the recording, I want to have a Word document and say, here are the ones they liked, here are the ones they don't like, and then, obviously a link to the recording or something. So
But but
I'm all about more information.
but what about if the websites that they are selecting is not necessarily in keeping with their aims and objectives? Because a website is meant, as far as my knowledge is concerned, what I understand about a website, it's meant to really capture what you want to say to your client. Okay. And sometimes people are focused on color schemes only, the razzle dazzle kind of stuff. So it's more the aesthetics of the website. Wow, this website looks good. And you lose the whole effect of what do you want this website to do. And I had that was my experience as well, because I had a lot of consultation with this person where I'm trying to understand what do they have in their mind, so that based on what they tell me, I can then begin to bring it to life. And I don't know if you've had that experience where you're trying to understand, and sometimes what they're showing you that they like as a website, in your expert opinion, you know that is not necessarily going to bring about the results that they want from the website. So how do you approach
So
that?
so in the consultation,
Yeah.
when we're talking about the 3 websites they like, the 3 websites they don't like, I'm not just saying which ones do you like and which ones do you not like. I'm listening. I want
Mhm.
to ask them, what do you like about it? If they
Right.
say colors and whatever, well, that tells me a lot about the colors that they're interested in using. Do they like the reds? Do they like the greens? Maybe I want to then go through like, okay, if you have no idea about a color palette, let's Google, popular color palettes of, 2021. And then let's look, you can actually sort the green colors and then say, which colors do you think stand out? What is your competition using? The competition is something I use a lot. Like if it's a lawn care business, like I have a lawn care business, you don't want to use pinks and purples for lawn care because that's not standard for the industry. So those are all things that you can, it's like, for us to be building websites and be thinking about the brand colors and stuff, that's what we do though. But as a pharmacy owner or a salon owner, they have no idea about any of that stuff. So that's where you can use the opportunity to position yourself and say, oh, you like the colors about that? Okay, yeah. Do you have your own color palette? How about, this and that and da 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 da. And then if they say, well, in my website, I just want to showcase my brand or whatever. I can't think of anything really that they would say. But that's when, if it's like I hate to say stupid idea, but if it's not an effective idea that they have, then I would say, okay, so what's your logic behind that? What's your call to action? What do you want them to do? The call to action is what I say a lot. What is the purpose? Do you want them to request a quote? Do you want them to fill out a form? Do you want them to call you? Do they want you to opt in, or do you want them to place an order? Do you want them to, are you trying to grow your email list? Like, I mean, I want to ask them all of these things. And then I know when they tell me the answers to those things, I know how to structure that website. But in reality, for local businesses, they all want sales. So it doesn't really matter what they say or what, it's sales. So how are we going to go about the sales? Right? When people go to the website, it needs to look good and they need to have their information dominant right away. And they need to have their call to action right away. So it doesn't really matter what the call to action is or what their colors are or any of that. They need the call to action dominantly on the front banner. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does, Bridget. I've learned a lot from this session. Honestly, it has helped me to get a much better perspective of how I should approach this going forward, because it's one of the areas that I want to develop myself in, building websites. I have even done one of your digital call card. I'm not ready to release it as yet. I'm trying it out. I'm having, you know what I'm having difficulty with? I'm
But
having difficulty to connect the subdomain. I tried it and it's asking me to point the name servers, but the name so the domain is hosted off Builderall site, but it's pointed towards Builderall. And I already have a website on it. But the I want to attach that digital card as a subdomain to that particular domain, and I'm having some difficulty. I'm going to try to get back to it after I get off this call. But can you maybe, if you can, just tell me, is there much of a difference attaching a subdomain as compared to a regular domain?
the only difference is that you
Mhm,
type in the subdomain with the name instead of just the domain. For example, if I was, let's say I have bridgetbartlett.com.
mhm.
I have that website, but now I need an additional website and I'm going to call this contact.bridgetbartlett.com. That's going to be my subdomain. All I
Correct.
need to do is go just like I was connecting the domain, except instead of typing in bridgetbartlett.com, I'm going to type in contact.bridgetbartlett.com and then it will connect. So that's literally the only difference. You just type in that subdomain. You don't have to create it someplace else. You don't have to do any of that. You just type in whatever you want. And you have on the premium plan, unlimited subdomains. So I could have bridgetbartlett.com, and then I could have 500 subdomains with bridgetbartlett.com.
Okay, I'm gonna go back at it and see if, what am I missing, or maybe the subdomain was taking some time, I think, to be.
It does take, just like a domain, it does have to propagate. So it could take, about 24 hours.
All right.
So try to connect it and then come back 24 hours later and then see if you can pull it up. If not, contact support. They can always, if there's an issue or something, they can always see either what you did wrong or help you resolve it.
Okay, fine. All right, I see we have more people, so let me give them a chance if they have their questions. I don't want to take up everybody's time.
So try to keep it. Hey, Shawana. Hey, Nicole. You guys have any questions I can help you with? Albert? I see Albert finally made it to a live.
Hey, Bridget. I was gonna say, I'm just happy to be here. I finally made it. I figure I'm catching up. And I just want to thank you. Before anything else, I want to thank you for bringing me on board here and kind of taking me under your wing and just getting me going. You've been a lot of help as I try to figure things out. Man, I got a bunch of questions, but I'm not going to do that to you here. I guess in related to this, the layout or the worksheet sheet you guys gave us, that's awesome. I appreciate that. That helps me a lot. As you know, we're working on a website right now. The only question I would maybe have with that, if it goes with that, is how do I know what to add to a basic domain? Like, I know a contact form, but with Builderall, I know there's so much stuff, and I'm sure I'll probably answer this as I go through it. But like, I know you mentioned before chat boxes or any other features that we would call like plugins with WordPress. Is there any defaulted ones that you say I would recommend just adding these 2 or 3 on a basic website, or is that something?
I would stick with the expectations, but I did a training on Monday about how I love to add a sitemap to every website that I do for the client. I showed, I mean, it was such a short video. I'm talking, when I say sitemap, I'm not talking about these big elaborate flows. I'm talking about like an image of their logo and 3 buttons that link to like business hours and refill it, whatever, yeah. So, I mean, I'm talking basic, but when the client sees that you added that sitemap and it's branded to them and it's like, obviously not in the expectations. And then you, of course, you want to sell them on it like, and I love to over deliver. So I went ahead and I just created this sitemap. It'll save you so much time and money, and it'll answer their questions and, help your retention rate on your website, because here's the top, these types of salesy things that you say. So that's what I love to do because it's super simple. But you could do, I mean, it depends on the client. You could do social proof. But whatever you do, just make sure that there's no maintenance to it. So it's like, I don't want to over deliver and cause myself more work. A sitemap, it's like I do it, I paste it, it's done. I don't have anything else to do. When I do social media, this is something that I love to do for over delivering, and they're so impressed. But I actually use the Facebook chatbot messenger, and I do the same thing with the sitemap. I just create, very simple. I put their logo, and then I have like 3 buttons that answer their top questions. And then I send, go to the website for this or whatever. I just basically direct them where they need to go. But as a social media manager, part of my, the things that I do is answer questions from the inbox. So I will, direct them where they need to go. And they're so happy about that because they think that I'm just like, I have this 24-hour staff or something standing by to answer questions. But in reality, I just took like 15 minutes and I built them this cheap, or not cheap. I just built them this simple sitemap for their messenger. Now all of the questions get answered. They have this professional like system that they're really impressed about. but I don't have to do that part. I don't have to answer questions anymore because I just made sure I set up a system to automate that for me.
No, that's exactly what I was talking about. Just little basic things that we can use to wow the client, over deliver, and then so that's perfect example, like the Excite boss bot, right?
Yeah.
But so is there a fee? Do we need to charge for that, or is that something we could just plug into their website and there's no fee?
Yeah, all the Builderall, it's just a Builderall tool. So it's all included. And it doesn't even matter if it's a sub account. They don't, with a sub account, they don't have the ability, well, obviously, because it's an agency, you know, you're the agency, they don't have access to the sub account. And there isn't a sitebot option on a sub account. But as a premium member, you can host it on your account and then just paste it on their website.
Perfect.
So yeah, so there's no those are the types of things that I love to look for ways of over delivering on, where it actually saves me time, but it's super impressive to the client and it also doesn't cost me anything.
Yeah, you know, it's crazy. And I'll wrap it up with this real quick in case somebody else has a question. I was just in a sales call for one of the clients that I have. He said, "Hey, can you jump on this call for me to give me your thoughts?" And it was a company selling. It sounds almost very familiar to this bot that you mentioned, where the rep said it's just a plugin that we do to your website, and so when people visit your website, a pop-up comes out and we engage with them, so they don't leave your website, to make sure that we convert them. But it sounded like it's just a plugin. It's not them literally sitting there 24/7. And he wanted to charge like $2,400 for this. And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
this is the same thing. It sounds very familiar to what we can do here for free. So very interesting.
If you you know, again, the cool thing is it's like I do the very basic, because really if it's something I'm just over delivering, I don't want to like spend a lot of time on it. But also it opens up the opportunity in their mind of like, oh wow, that's a really cool site bot. I've seen like Domino's where you can order a whole pizza through the site bot. We could do that. We could set that all up. Of course, now here comes the additional charge, you know. So
Yep.
it's like you're letting them see, you know, you could also install the heat map on their website and you could send them a report like, hey, here is where everyone's clicking on your website. If we do some changes here, we could actually increase your website conversions, and show them just a screenshot of the heat map. And then now you just talk them into revising their website, which you're going to get paid for.
Got it. Perfect. No, that's excellent. So it's these tools that we have that are basic, but we can use them to upsell or create more services out of that. So
Absolutely.
Okay. Excellent. Okay. Thank you so much, Bridget.
You're
Appreciate
welcome. Anybody else have questions?
I have questions, Bridget, but they're not related to what we're talking about today, so I'll hold them. I was working with the booking app, and I got stuck. Not stuck. What I wanted to happen didn't happen. So I know you're not talking about the booking app today, so I'll just wait.
No, it's okay. Go ahead. Today is our Friday Q&A because I have a funeral to go to tomorrow. So
Okay.
yeah, go, feel free.
I tried to make a booking app calendar for a client that is teaching English classes. And so when I went in and we did, it said you can do sessions. And what I thought when I was making it is like her classes are every day, maybe like an hour and a half each day. And so I was thinking like the person could schedule the whole week. But in the booking app, the only thing I saw for the sessions were like a week at a time. So when I put the 4 sessions in, it ended up calculating like her schedule once a week for 4 weeks, instead of, I would like to be able to schedule it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Is there a way to do that in the booking app?
So it sounds like I'm trying to, did you use, let me actually just dive in there because I'm trying to go off memory, and that's struggling.
Well, you don't need to.
That's not, my memory is not as productive as my eyes. So let me see here. Let me go share screen. Let me dive into the booking app. Booking Builder. Let's go create a new calendar. So are you using the classroom feature?
I changed from the classroom because I found that when I went through the classroom, it wasn't conducive to what I wanted to do. So I went to consultation.
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if maybe I need to go back to classroom, but I wasn't finding it there either. It's still 1 week.
Okay, because I think if you let's try classroom, because that sounds like more the style that you would want, but let's see if this will answer your question. So let's see, we'll just do save and exit. So here is where you want to choose your the hours that like the business hours. So that would be like when the classes are. So
Yeah.
are you wanting to allow like multiple, like how many people do you want to allow in
There can be more than one person, because sometimes she has like 5 people in a class.
Uh-huh.
And they're
if you want to limit it, you can choose that limit here. But here is where you would choose.
This is the part that I'm having the problem with, because it just says 1 session every week, and that's like the least amount. Apparently, I thought it would change in the end, but it didn't. Like I would like to have 5 sessions, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but that's every day, not every week, once a week.
Okay, so let me dig around in here. Let's see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. That is kind of weird that it says 1 session every 2 weeks, because if it was like a classroom, I can see what you're saying. If it was like a classroom, then it could be daily. So let's look at maybe events or multiple user registrations. Individual. Let's try consultations and see, because this is actually the one that I use a lot. So let's see. I know that there is a place, so sessions.
Yes.
You can actually choose how many sessions you want them to be. Yeah, and that says that
But
too.
say you still have just every week.
I'm trying to, I don't really know because if it's something that they need to, so you want them to basically like a classroom, so they could sign up Monday through Friday every single week, right?
Yes.
Is there a reason that you need the booking calendar for that?
I guess so she could know who's coming, I guess, to her classes every week.
Because you could just do like a live webinar and then just have them sign up instead of actually using the booking calendar to.
True, but I think she wants to like schedule it, because she's doing it more than once per day. So I think she wants to know how many will be coming.
Is she trying to?
And at the moment, she's not using Zoom. She was using Zoom before, but her internet is so bad that she's now doing it in person.
Okay.
So I think she wants to know who will be coming, I suppose.
I can't really think of a way to do that. That doesn't mean that it's not possible. It just means that I just can't think of a way to do that. But try to post, let me think. Post that in the Builderall community group and see if someone knows the answer to that, because I'm working through all of the different calendars in my mind, and I thought the consultation one would allow you to schedule multiple in a week like that, but I guess I never even noticed that it said like once every week until you just showed me that. So so yeah, that would be one that I would definitely have to think through. And I'll write that down too and investigate that a little bit to see if you can get like 5 classes in a.
And then I have one more question about the booking. when you make in the calendar and you put their name in, the customer or the host, you have to put the email address. And I didn't have the correct email address, so I just put one in, thinking that I could go and change that email address, but I can't find where you change that email address.
Okay, let me go back in here. So you want to go over here to hosts, and then here is where you would edit that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you, Bridget. I kept going through the cycle of all the pull down menus. I didn't think to go over there. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You know, here's a little thing, since this took me a minute to figure out. If you go over here, this is like basically your booking app profile. You may know this, but I was like, what? How did I not know that? But you can actually edit the link to your booking app here. You can change your preferred currency, your time zone, the day of the week that you want your calendar to begin. And then you also can update any, like how you want to be notified, and your sender email. This is what I was like, God. But here is how you can change your sender email, because it defaults to the Builderall booking email.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how you change that there. And then you can also set up your mailing boss list here. So every time they register, they get put into a list.
Yes, I did the list, but I was wondering how to change that email too. I thought maybe that's just the email we had to use.
Yeah, I did too at first. And then I was like, duh, I should know. I should know better than that.
Okay, good. And then can I ask you something? Okay, the one I'm doing is on a Builderall website. I'm actually changing a funnel to use for that, a niche funnel. But if somebody had their own website, can we do a booking calendar for them and then connect it to their website? Okay.
Yeah, you can either connect the link, or you can embed it in like an iframe.
So then how does that go now? If I don't know, like then do they need to make changes to it after you've made it? Like how does that work?
If you create it and you are hosting it, you are the only one who can make changes to it. If they want to be able to have access to their calendar, then they need to have their own Builderall account.
Okay.
And that's, I get that question a lot, because I know that if you are working with, say, a beauty salon and you create a booking calendar for them, they do want the ability to get in there and change things. And like, let's say Susie, the salon owner, she has a vacation scheduled. She wants to be able to go in there, not contact you and say, hey, can you change this and block out? So I do see that issue right now in the marketplace with that. But it's a weird situation, because if you are branding yourself as an agency, and your agency is Stout Marketing, and you are promoting Stout Marketing, you should never ever have to tell anyone about Builderall, because you're promoting your agency, you're building the brand of your agency, not Builderall. But also, if you think about any tool that you would use as a scheduling tool for clients, they will need to know the brand. I mean, they're going to see the brand, unless you like white label, a scheduling tool or whatever. So it's a weird thing, because you don't really, as an agency, you don't want them having access to the things that you're hosting for them. I mean, you're paying for the premium Builderall account, and you created it for them, and you should be charging them a hosting for it, and maybe they want to submit their schedules to you. Like I just went over the website creation. Maybe you want to have a very strict expectation sheet like that, and say, I need all schedule requests to be submitted by this date. If you need XYZ, that's going to cost extra. I mean, you should be very, very, like, set those expectations very clear, and let them know, any schedule changes, I need to know, maybe 5 days in advance or something like that, if you're going to manage the booking calendar for them. If they want to have access to their own, then just tell them, well, you'll need to sign up for your own account. because if you're going to manage it yourself, then, I don't want to be responsible for that. That's the big thing too. You don't want to be responsible for it. If they get in there and they screw everything up and they delete a host, and now it's like, that's all the work that you did to set it all up. So if they screw it up, guess who they're going to call and expect to fix it for how much money? Because you don't work for free, right? So it's definitely, I can definitely see why as an agency that would be confusing and like, well, yeah, but they need to have access to their calendar, but on the sub accounts, they don't have the booking calendar. But at the same time, do you really want them to? And if they do want it, then just use your affiliate link and then have them create their own account, and then they can manage their own booking. I mean, you can be a VA for them, for their website or whatever. But if they want to manage their own booking calendar, then they're going to have to know the tool that you're using anyway, no matter what, if it was Calendly or anything else, they would need to know to be able to log in and manage it.
Okay, so you're saying they don't get the booking app with the agency, with the website, the extra website. We would have to host the booking calendar for them.
Yeah, because it's not available on the sub accounts, but you
Okay.
could create it on your premium account and then just
Yes.
iframe it in, just like it was your account. Just like you were
Okay.
asking any other website. I
Uh-huh.
mean, if you can install an iframe, you can add the booking calendar to that website.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if you want to, you could literally make an entire agency off of the scheduling and booking and things like that.
That's what I'm trying to work on now, because I actually like the booking app. But as I said, like sometimes when you're working on these things and you have these small questions and you can't get them answered at the moment when you're trying to figure it out, it gets a bit frustrating. So yeah, but I was kind of trying to work on that.
Yeah, if you want to do that, I mean, it's definitely a lucrative business, especially if they don't want to manage that type of thing. Just again, be very, very clear. Like, if you want your schedules changed from this, it's going to be, I need this much time in advance, and I need, whatever information that you need when you're doing it, so that you don't have to email them back again and ask and say, I need one email and I need it by this date or this much time in advance. And any changes, if I have to add a host, it's going to be an extra fee. Now, granted, we know it's just typing in the name in the email, but it's not about like trying to just get more money. It's about setting the expectations so clearly that they know if they have to add a host, that is not part of what you agreed to do.
Yes.
So if you decide to do it because you want to over deliver, that's a great opportunity to do that. But they need to know that is not part of the expectations. When I first got started, I used to over deliver all the time, but they had no idea I was over delivering because they didn't know what the expectations were to begin with, So I was over delivering all day and nobody cared or knew. So that's part of it. It's, you want that opportunity to over deliver, but unless the standard criteria is very, very clear, they don't know. They don't even appreciate it because they don't know you're doing it. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Sounds good.
You have any more questions, guys? You're welcome.
Okay, Bridget, if Shawana doesn't have another question, I have a question on the booking app. And the question is, when you are creating a host, so I'm hosting the booking app, and I'm creating, let's say, several hosts, and I need them to get that email alert. Do I need to have, if I'm connecting to like Gmail, do I need to get their Gmail password and so on to set up their account inside of there, or is it?
If you are adding a host, you will have to have their email because they need to be notified. But you can set it to automatically notify them. You can actually set it to notify the host and the creator of the calendar. So you can be notified and then they can be notified. But yes, just like I just showed, you have to have their name and email to create the host. And then you just add them to whatever calendar.
Okay. But all right, so I played around a bit with the booking app, and when you're creating a host and it's okay, and I set it to connect like to my Gmail account. Now it was asking me for password, my email password. I'm saying if it's going to be the same, if I'm creating another host, is it going to be asking me for that, for their password for their Gmail account, or it's just the email address?
Yeah, it'll never. Are you asking about like the Google integration?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you cannot integrate to their Google account unless you had the login. But I would not recommend getting the login for Google because it's really a pain in the butt. Every time you go to log in, it's going to notify them and it's going to say, are you really trying to do this? Because it's not the same browser, and it's what a headache. So that's one of those things, again, that you have to really think, like, do I really want to, if they really want to have access to their Google Calendar and their, connect their Zoom and all that stuff, do I want the liability of being connected to their Google account and then have all that hassle because of now maybe I forgot to log out of their Google account and now I'm in, I would not do it at all. But if they want that integration, just have them create their own account, manage their calendar.
Okay. All right, so my next question has to do with the heat map. Does the heat map only work on Builderall built websites, or you can do it on a WordPress or any other?
I'm not really sure about that. I feel like maybe it only works for Builderall websites, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not really sure. Let me write that down too, and I'll ask that question. Just the heat map.
Yeah, because I'm thinking that, providing search engine optimization is a service as an agency you can do, as well as the heat map, which will show exactly where people came in and they clicked. So that is good analytics, but if it's only going to work on a Builderall website, then, you're limited. So
that's true.
that would be helpful.
Honestly, I couldn't tell you the last time I worked on a website that wasn't Builderall. If I get a client, it's usually a client that needs a whole remake of their website anyway. So I always recommend remaking it on Builderall. So I would never even, I have clients all the time. They'll ask me, oh, I have a Wix website. Do you manage that? No. I don't know anything about Wix. I'm not touching Wix. I don't even want the responsibility. I don't have a Wix account. I don't want to learn Wix. Wix is a crappy website builder anyway and looks terrible on mobile. So I'll remake it on Builderall and it'll be 1,000 times better with more bells and whistles, but I am not managing a Wix website. It's not happening. Albert's like, yep, exactly.
I like that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I mean, it would be terrible if I said, yes, I'll manage your Wix website. And then it's like the end result is going to be a terrible result because it's going to look horrible. It's going to load slow. It's like, I crack up. Like you can instantly tell a Wix. I have a client right now that he just refuses to let go of his ugly Wix website. And it's so bad. It's like, I'm doing social media for him. And it's like, I'm doing all this work to send traffic to this ugly, non-converting website. So it's like, okay, I told you, but it is what it is. So what I do in that situation, just to let you know, because I'm sure you'll run into that, is I just run analytics and I say, look, how many people are bouncing off your website? When you're ready to, redo it, let me know. And they will. Any other questions? No?
I have one, Bridget, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So this has to do with the funnels. I don't know if there's a quick answer you can give me, but because with ClickFunnels, I connect the funnels to Zapier, then sends the leads over to the spreadsheet. Now under Builderall and the new platform here, is it the same concept? The funnels that we have there, then I would just connect it to Zapier and same concept, or does it work different?
Do you mean, so you don't want to connect them to the autoresponder? What do you want the final result to be for the leads?
So I want the leads to go to a spreadsheet. I guess is what I'm used to doing. So how do I do that with the funnels in Builderall? How would I accomplish that?
Well, you could just send them to Mailing Boss and then download the list if you wanted to do that to avoid using Zapier. I think we do have a Zapier integration with Mailing Boss, and I think it will. I can never remember because I don't use it, but it works only one way. So I think it's for that purpose where you can take your leads and export it to a spreadsheet rather than importing it into Mailing Boss. But I'm pretty sure that that they have that integration. But also, you could just toggle the CRM switch on, and then you could send it directly to the CRM. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
it's a tough
and that's
question.
why I ask what your purpose for it is,
Yeah,
because
no, and it is a tough question because since I don't know all the tools yet that we have available in Builderall, I mean, I'm thinking now that's the old school way of doing things is what I was doing now is just putting a landing page out there to collect the information so they would sign up, and then that will send that information to a spreadsheet where the client has access to it. So that's my ultimate goal. I'm assuming I can do that with Builderall, maybe using other tools and where I don't even need Zapier then in this case.
yeah, I mean, like, let me see here. Let me just look at one of my lists here. And let me, so if you wanted,
Boss, Mailing Boss, is that what you mentioned?
yeah, it's our email autoresponder. So you could actually go to Mailing Boss here, and let me go to my list here. So let's say I wanted to export my subscribers here. Actually, I don't have any in this list, so that is not helpful. Let's just say, let me look for a list. I think I have some here. I can never remember which account I'm in. So if I wanted to export this list, I could just go export, and then it's in a CSV file, and then I could send that to them. Also, if there is, let me show you the CRM. You could also send it to the CRM.
The CRM, would that be something that they would have to have, that we would offer, then they would have to have as part of a service, or?
Yeah, they would definitely need to have access to them. But if you're just wanting, are they wanting like a up to minute type of like spreadsheet they can access all the time, or is it like a once a week type thing they want the leads?
No, I think it's more of a up to date one, because as they get in leads, what I do too now is, so I have the funnel and I use Zapier to connect everything. So what I do is I have the funnel, and then I connect it to where it sends the lead to a spreadsheet, but it also sends them an email or a text on the spot, letting them know, hey, you got a new lead. So that my advice always to them, hey, is like, you're paying money for these leads. You want to give them a call within 24 hours, you know, to convert. Yeah. So,
You can. So every phone has its own email. You know this, right? And what you can do is actually go to like your Mailing Boss list. You could go down here to notifications, and then you can put in like, yes, I want to be notified, and then have it text them as soon as they get a new notification. Or you could have it email them, but whoever their new lead is, that information goes in that email. Like if you filled out a contact form, and let's say they have a series of questions they want to get the answer to so that they can contact that lead, that would be what I would do, is do the contact form and then have it notify as soon as we get a new lead, have it notify via text or email with that information.
got it. Yeah, and that's kind of like the same concept that I'm doing. So,
but yeah, it would that process would be better than using Zapier. And it might save you money too, because you don't have to worry about all those zaps. And
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's what I was thinking at first. I'm thinking I might not need to because right now I have a ClickFunnels account, Zapier account. It's like all these things. So it seems like we can all just bring it under Builderall and just do it there, and it's going to save me money. But at the same time, we can still provide that. Because yeah, clients kind of get excited when they see the text or the email that they got a new lead, and they're like, "Oh, that's so cool! I didn't know you could do that." So okay, so it is possible. Okay, so I just gotta figure that out. But that's
So reduce that Zapier plan.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you. Okay.
You're welcome. You guys have anything else for me? No? All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me for today's Thursday Q&A. And of course, I will be back Monday. You guys feel free to put in the chat, what you want to learn about. I'm not really sure what I'm going to be teaching, but also at the end of the month, we have our membership area challenge that we're doing with the Mag 5. So you would be surprised at the things you can do with a membership area. It's like kind of blowing my mind. Things that I never even thought about. So definitely check that out and, join us for the Mag 5 challenge. I don't have exact dates on it, but it'll be the end of the month. So I hope you guys have an excellent weekend. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Go build it with Builderall. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.